After the recent release of the smash hit Prey, the newest entry in the Predator universe, I became obsessed with the Predators, or the Yautja. In my obsession, I of course wanted to know which Predator is the top dog. For this video, I've reached out to my friend and Predator expert, TheChadChamp, who will be helping us out. We will be taking a close look at all the major predators depicted in the film series to determine which is the deadliest. Unlike my other power scaling videos, this is not meant to determine who is the physically strongest or most powerful predator, but which one is the greatest at what predators do best: hunt. While the two Alien vs. Predator films are no longer considered canon, I will be including the predators from those films as well as much of the lore established there that doesn't contradict the current canon, as those films do a lot of heavy lifting in the lore department. But before we start talking about individual predators, it's important that you understand the Yautja. The Yautja are apex predators who hail from their home planet of Yautja Prime. The primary goal of all Yautja is to become an honored member of their species, and to do that, they must hunt the deadliest prey in the universe. The deadliest being xenomorphs, and the most powerful of them being a queen. All Yautja yearn to take down a xenomorph and ascend to blooded status, which makes them well respected within their culture. If a Yautja ever wants to venture out on their own unsupervised hunts, they must first prove themselves by stalking and killing a xenomorph. Once the unblooded has done so, they return with the skull and spine of the alien and achieve the rank of blooded and are given their iconic shoulder-mounted plasma caster. However, because of the plasma caster's overwhelming power, it is considered the least honorable way to kill any prey on a hunt. However, not all Yautja are made equal. There are various species and subspecies of Yautja that have evolved over time to suit their environment and predatory needs. After becoming blooded, Yautja travel alone to various planets where they can carry on with their ritualistic hunts, which include all manner of highly skilled warriors and the apex predators of other planets. They do this to continue their ascent up the ranks. Yautja begin at unblooded. Once they've killed a xenomorph, they reach youngblood, or more commonly, blooded. A youngblood in some clans is unblooded, while in others it means a blooded Yautja who has just recently killed a xenomorph. But after achieving blooded, they can work to attain the following ranks of elite, leader, elder, clan leader, and finally the highest honor of clan elder. Climbing in rank, Yautja must adhere to a strict honor code, and any individuals who break the code are considered bad bloods and are cast out and hunted themselves by other predators. I'm not going to list every single rule of this honor code, as there are a lot, but I will note some relevant ones to help determine who is the deadliest. First, a Yautja must only hunt prey that can defend itself and or is able to kill the hunter. The prey must be of age, so no killing children or the elderly. The prey cannot be killed if it would doom another, meaning that they cannot kill a pregnant woman, as the unborn would then die. The prey must also not be weakened by diseases. However, they can defend themselves if any of the former attack them. Second, killing more powerful prey while simultaneously using less equipment is considered to be more impressive and a greater prize. Predators should typically give their prey a fighting chance for honor's sake. If the prey demands close combat, the hunter is to fight to their prey's standards and should minimize the use of their plasma caster or other projectile weapons. And third, should the hunter fail in one's quest, he should take his own life to retain his honor rather than to live in shame. So all Yautja consider being defeated equal to death. So with all that established, let's determine which Yautja is truly the apex predator. Right off the bat, we can eliminate a couple of predators we see throughout the films, those being the unblooded who've yet to kill a xenomorph. So two of the hunters from Alien vs. Predator are out immediately, those being Celtic and Chopper. But what about the feral predator from Prey? Many assume this Yautja is unblooded, but I think a case can be made that it has killed a xenomorph and achieved blooded status. First, it has a shoulder-mounted projectile weapon linked to its helmet. While this isn't a plasma caster, you have to remember that Prey takes place hundreds of years prior to Predator, so this could be the plasma caster of the time. I know in ancient times the Yautja were shown to have plasma casters during a flashback in Alien vs. Predator. However, that is a separate canon, I think, so that alone couldn't determine the blooded status of the feral predator. Additionally, the feral predator is hunting unsupervised, also suggesting that he is in fact blooded. While there are ships seen in a mid-credit scene of Prey that may suggest he possibly could have been supervised, I'm not convinced these predators were actually supervising him, as this is likely the Lost Tribe who had the flintlock pistol seen in Prey during the hunt of 1997, meaning they retrieved it after the feral predator's death. We know that their leader Greyback likes to put on separate but simultaneous hunts on the same planets, which we learned during Predator 2, meaning the other members of his clan would be hunting on Earth at the same time as the feral predator. While the feral predator is a different species of Yautja, I'm not sure that that would automatically prevent him from joining the Lost Tribe, especially if Greyback saw that he was a promising young prospect, which would be consistent as Scout, an elite member of the Lost Tribe, is a different subspecies as well. Concerning how Greyback gets the flintlock pistol in the comics, that's probably going to be retconned. Either way, his blooded status is up in the air, and the canonicity of the universe and rules of the universe are in flux at the moment, with Disney seemingly wanting to streamline canon with this new film and a new Marvel comic book series which just dropped that excludes the events of the two AVP films from the official timeline, but we're doing our best to make sense of it all. That being said, I think we can eliminate the feral predator from consideration as his blooded status is in question. He died during his first human hunt, often became frustrated and strayed from some of the code, and has more primitive equipment compared to the other predators on the list. So with all the unblooded eliminated, there are only blooded left to discuss, and from here on out, Chad is going to be hopping in and out of the video to help us take a look at some of the most iconic predators in the series.
During the events of the Predator novel, it's implied that he's gone to every planet in the universe that hosts an apex predator worthy to prey upon, and he's basically hunted down every species in the universe other than humans up until that point, which would include xenomorphs, which are considered the ultimate prey of the Yautja and are the prey that they choose to complete their rite of passage, which is basically becoming an adult for them. Because he's an honorable warrior, like pretty much most mainline Yautja are, he realizes that Dutch is a proper worthy adversary, and instead of using his technological advantages like he does to everyone else before that in the movie, he takes off his mask and he's just like, yeah, okay, let's throw hands to see who. He's like, okay, let's see what you've got. Like, you've come this far. And Dutch gets the one up on him because, you know, he had the prep time before that, and there was just so happened to be a log that he'd put up, and it hits the predator over the back of the noggin and incapacitates him.
The second is the City Hunter, a member of possibly the most elite Yautja clan in the universe, the Lost Tribe. The City Hunter is a newly blooded hunter who ventured with his tribe to Earth to take part in several solo hunts spanning the planet. He was eager to prove himself and was given a significant challenge. His leader, Greyback, decided that the City Hunter would hunt in the sweltering concrete jungle of Los Angeles. Even more overconfident than the feral predator was, the City Hunter went on a killing spree throughout the city, slaughtering indiscriminately. It's stated that if he had not been killed, Greyback would have sent in other predators to stop his rampage.
So you take Wolf, for example. He's a very no-nonsense predator because his main job is cleaning up, and in AVPR he just pretty much every human he comes into contact with he just kills. The honor code, it makes worse hunter because it restricts the things that he can do. I don't think if Wolf was in the Jungle Hunter's position that Arnold would have lasted. I think Wolf would have just killed everyone. Wolf is just built completely different because he's able to fight a pred alien. It's pretty much in the process of becoming a queen. Queens are just, you know, bigger, stronger, like faster, just better aliens. Whereas like early in the movie, you literally see Wolf like just one hand like grab warrior class xenomorphs individually.
Finally, let's examine the crucified predator seen in Predators. He's part of the Jungle Hunters tribe, and he was a blooded predator just like his fellow Jungle Hunter tribesmen who hunted Dutch's elite mercenary team in Central America. The crucified predator is powerful, to be sure, but was captured by the Super Predator clan and lost to their leader, Berserker, in a one-on-one battle, although he did well despite having the strength disadvantage. Out of this group, we think it's pretty safe to eliminate the Jungle Hunter, the City Hunter, the Crucified Predator, and Scar. Despite the four of them being blooded, none of them have the pedigree of Wolf, who is not only a rank above them, but consistently undergoes more dangerous and impressive hunts than the others. Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Super Predators?
A Super Predator is just another branch, stronger, faster, more intelligent, and we just see that in the final fight when a Super Predator literally fights a main branch Yautja. Tracker utilizes attack dogs to do the tracking and for him. He's basically like the houndsman, and that's what he's most respected for, and that's how he earned his blooded status.
Falconer was obsessed with hunters from other planets who used birds of prey in their hunts. However, he was not satisfied with using another sentient being like his clan member, Tracker. So he built a deadly weapon of war, which was an amalgamation of technology scavenged from Yautja Prime, the Xenomorphs, and other civilizations that would provide the same functionality of a hunting bird, which would be much deadlier and more efficient. Falconer was shown to be an honorable warrior who decloaked and dueled Hanzo to the death, which ended in a stalemate. Finally, their leader, Berserker. He is stated to be the ultimate hunter, who was born with superior physical abilities and heightened intelligence. Considered to be a prodigy, he was the youngest Yautja to ever kill a xenomorph and ascend to blooded status. He eventually became a legend, amassing more confirmed kills than any Yautja of his generation, and rising to the second highest rank of clan leader. He had his own tactics turned against him by the elite mercenary Royce, who used strategies taken from Berserker, Nolan, and Alan Dutch Schaefer. Even with these proven strategies, Royce found that Berserker was too much for him to handle. However, just before being killed by the Predator, Royce was saved by Isabel, who shot Berserker in the back, and while he was distracted, Royce was able to kill Berserker. Of these three, I think it's fairly obvious that only Berserker can truly be considered as possibly the deadliest predator. I think Hunter would also be fairly high tier considering how dangerous his dogs are, but he is clearly not on the level of his clan leader. But what about the predator hybrids seen in The Predator?
In regards to the predators in that movie, how they've kind of like DNA spliced themselves and become hybrids of different species, that has been spliced with human DNA. I mean, that's just a downgrade. As we see in the movies prior to that, humans are just inferior physically. And as for the ultimate predator, which is in a similar situation, he's pretty much upgraded with just some of the best species in the universe. He gets killed by a human with no prep time. The quote-unquote ultimate predator just gets like lit up by a dude with a gun. It's just not impressive in the grand scheme of things.
The final group for consideration are the rest of the Lost tribes seen at the end of Predator 2, those being Boar, Stalker, Scout, Lost, Guardian, Warrior, and Greyback. The Lost tribe are considered to be the best of the best. They have some of the greatest Yautja to ever live within their tribe, and they are well respected within Yautja Prime. Boar and Stalker are two brothers who were present during the City Hunters hunt. However, they were unblooded at the time and meant to only observe. When the two were eventually given the opportunity to hunt, they excelled and their teamwork became the stuff of legend, often going on exotic hunts and amassing riches. Scout is an interesting case. He's an expert sniper, which would typically be considered dishonorable. However, he is allowed to hunt alongside his tribe by coming up with their hunting strategies and only eliminating secondary targets. He, under no circumstances, is allowed to kill a primary target from range, but his unique skills make him a valuable asset. Lost was a former member of this tribe and where he got his name. He is a master of weapons who has grown past hunting biological life forms and now specializes in hunting beings with advanced artificial intelligence as a member of the Rogue Space Tribe. Now, there is a statement saying that Predators in general value hunting advanced AI over standard sentient beings. However, Lost was never granted the rank of elite, maybe because he's part of this rogue space tribe, so it's kind of hard to determine just how deadly he is. With this statement, I mean, you could make an argument that he is the deadliest himself.
Guardian specifically, not only a former bodyguard for his clan leader, was later basically recruited by Greyback for his skills. He's like the heavy weapons expert, but he eventually left the Lost Tribe because he wanted to hunt primary targets and started taking on the most dangerous xenomorph hunts, and that would also include xenomorph queens. Even if a predator doesn't die on a hunt but does fail said hunt, that they will basically commit suicide. So it would be a logical conclusion that yeah, he did beat the Queen Xenomorph in the depicted artwork. He pretty much earns the title of elite warrior, and he's basically the guy that you send in when you need a job doing. Similar to Wolf, and they are also the same rank. Lore-wise, warrior is more impressive because he basically participated in this thing called the Blood Ring on Yautja Prime. Pretty much it's like gladiatorial combat. Things like projectile weapons are banned. You need to like master martial arts. Within the Blood Ring he also fights pretty much the biggest and baddest that Yautja Prime has to offer, as well as Xenomorph. Even though he earned the title of elite, he does come back periodically to pretty much defend his title as the defending, reigning, undisputed champion of the Blood Ring. Not only is he the right hand of the leader, Greyback, but if scouts' plans fail, warriors are on hand to take it down, which just gives the implication that he's just built completely different. When a predator becomes blooded and earns their like rite of passage, they gain access to the plasma caster. Warrior has no issue putting that aside to engage in close quarters combat, and that puts him at like in an extreme amount of danger, especially if we're talking about the most dangerous xenomorphs and even possibly predaliens as well.
And finally, Greyback, who unfortunately is sort of a mystery. All we really know is that he's the clan elder, the highest rank achievable within the Yautja hierarchy. So out of the Lost Tribe, who are all high-tier blooded elites and even clan elders, only a few stand out among the rest, those being Lost, Guardian, Warrior, and of course, Greyback. So out of the remaining predators, who is the deadliest? Wolf, Lost, Berserker, Warrior, Guardian, or the legendary Greyback? The first on the chopping block of the best, in our opinion, is Lost. His feat of hunting advanced AI is cool, but he's the only one on here who has not achieved elite status, so unfortunately he cannot be considered the deadliest in our view. I mean, we're splitting hairs here, and he's got to go. From here, it gets very, very tricky, and honestly, I think the remaining predators all have a solid case. Wolf and Warrior are two elites who essentially serve the same role. They take down targets that others cannot. However, I think that Wolf has the slight edge. While we don't know if he's ever taken part in the Blood Ring, we know he can fight evenly with the Pred Alien, and we don't know if Warrior has ever hunted a being that fast, cunning, or powerful, but I guess you might be able to assume Warrior has killed a queen based on his role within the Lost Tribe. But assuming Warrior has killed a queen, how would Wolf stack up against Warrior and Guardian? Well, we know Guardian has killed a queen, however, I think the Pred Alien is deadlier game. It's stated to be the ultimate enemy, so I'd say it edges out the queen slightly. So do you consider stalemating a Pred Alien more impressive than killing a queen? It's really hard to say, but the difference between a Pred Alien and a Xenomorph queen is not that vast in our opinion, so taking down a queen would be more impressive than stalemating a Pred Alien. So that eliminates Wolf, and as for Warrior, we don't know for sure if he's killed a queen. So again, it seems nitpicky, but you have to eliminate all but one, so Warrior is out as well. So now we have Guardian versus Berserker. As we know, Berserker is an unprecedented prodigy, literally called the ultimate predator. He's the youngest to ever kill a xenomorph. Not only this, but Berserker has achieved a higher rank than Guardian as clan leader. Normally, I wouldn't say this is that much of an indication of prowess, considering Guardian has the better feat, but Clan Leader is 3 ranks above Elite, so there has to be a value in that system that the Yautja respects so much. Which finally leads us into Greyback, who is a Clan Elder, so by that metric, he'd be the end-all be-all, which is kind of lame, especially considering that he has no feats, but he commands the respect of multiple elites who can kill queens. It's probably not a stretch to say that he could or has done so as well, Additionally, Clan Elder is the highest rank in Predator hunting grounds, not to mention Greyback's cutlass appears in-game as the Elder sword, and the Elder Predator class is also visually very similar to Greyback, so it makes sense that the Clan Elder would be the most powerful and the best hunter. So I think purely based on rank, Greyback is the deadliest Predator, followed by Berserker with Guardian in third, but all 6 of the finalists can make a claim for the title. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments who you think the deadliest Predator is, and be sure to comment which Predator movie is your favorite. I know there's a big hubbub out there. Is Prey the best? Is the original Predator the best? I love both films. Personally, I think Prey is a little bit better, but me and Nick are eventually going to talk about that. Thanks a lot to Chad for helping out with this video, not only in appearing on it, but also helping write the script. And a huge shout out to Crisis Edits for editing this video. You can check out his YouTube down in the description, and be sure to give him a follow on Twitter. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and remember the motto, it's Predators over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.